Bogart scot-free in every sense of the word. I keep my hands clean, sanitized. I've been analyzed the streets, found a way. Now I try to find his feet. Moody A, the lifestyle blinding me. Gotta be an angle here. It's all geometry. It was all a dream. Like the late great notorious, the road less traveled, the road less glorious.
The abyss of these bubble weight bitches. Still I rise in the midst of demons, blocking views and pictures on the slide of future menus. Looks bright on the new venues. Pressed it on wax, watch the saga continue. Lessons to facts, it's all something we've been through. Growing pains no longer holding pain, that's just something I don't do. Ventilation's a healthy process to a regimen focused with lit views. Don't fall for traps, don't be confused, don't let them get you.
What's up, everyone? It's Friday, finally. Woo. Oh, let's go. A little bit of basketball tonight. You know, we got the SuperDraft Pro tonight, too, as well. Full main slate for the SuperDraft Pro side. So we're going to be talking, obviously, you can listen in for the full, spectrum for both sides. So if you're on the paid side or if you're on the SuperDraft Pro subscription side,
Same thing.
Yep. It's just
tonight, at least.
Time here, I'm JC Money. This is Coach Craig. This is the JC Money and Coach Craig show, and we're talking basketball. Let's get into it. The crazy thing, dude, is yesterday, man, my lineups were looking heavy, looking nice. And I got about halfway through the night, I was up like $60, and everything just went to shit. Lots of blowouts, and it definitely affected a lot of if you're on Prize Picks, probably yesterday I heard Prize Picks, a lot of the blowouts affected Prize Picks as well. So
yeah, Luka doing what he did last night killed my Prize Picks because I bet the over on like 8.5 assists or 9.5 assists or whatever, which he's hit like the past like 6 games. But he just decided to chuck up every shot himself and had 51 points. He scored 28 real life points in the first quarter, which is the most of anybody in a single quarter so far this year. So he's just like, screw everybody. He's just like, I ain't passing the ball today. But supposedly he's kind of pissed off they traded Porzingis away. So,
there's gonna be a lot of people that are. I mean, I think I sent you that video earlier of KD and LeBron when they were doing the draft.
I think it was more of a joke than anything, honestly.
Trying not to laugh. He's like, he ended up getting stuck with Harden. He's like, isn't he hurt?
Yeah.
And KD's just straight face the whole time. I mean, I guess he probably didn't pick him because he's just mad.
Nah. He didn't want him to leave either, but that's a whole nother story for a different day. Yeah, but last night was pretty interesting. I mean, we had some of these guys that went off we probably didn't even expect.
I mean, my lineups, everyone in my lineup did go over 50 points, though. It was just not hitting those guys. There's a couple guys that hit 70. I mean, if you had somebody with 270s in your lineup, you're pretty much good.
Yeah. So I had a lot of the right pieces, but then I also had like Jaren Jackson who just died last night too.
Yep.
Which I'm like, this is why I don't play him.
All right, let's see here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, who else killed me last night?
Yeah. So the main ones that kind of killed people last night in terms of duds, there's Brandon Ingram, who was, CJ McCollum took all the shots, so that's going to be fun one day. I probably wouldn't recommend playing any Pelicans at this point in time. So Brandon Ingram had 23.44 after the multiplier. Jaren Jackson was 19.5 before the multiplier, 26.33 after the multiplier. OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, they both kind of flopped. OG was really bad, got 30.55. Pascal Siakam got to 43.99. I had a lot of Siakam and I had a lot of Jaren Jackson last night, so that's kind of what hurt me. Even though like Siakam, Siakam getting 44 is not like the end of the world, though. I mean, you could definitely have it be a lot worse. But in terms of the studs, if back up just a little bit, we had Gary Trent had 65.25 and 1.4 multiplier. I actually had a decent bit of him last night with no Fred VanVleet. But, he had 41 real life points and 5 steals too. So that's going to put you over the edge real quick. So don't expect that to happen quite that way once again. Like, he can still have a good game, but it's probably not going to be as good as that was. Let's put it that way. Kyle Lowry came out of nowhere and had a triple-double last night. So 58.25 points, 1.35 multiplier, 78.64 points. Very, very low ownership. I think it was about 4% of people even played him. So he didn't look pretty good going into the day because he'd been doing nothing since he came back. And then all of a sudden just had a triple-double. Kevin Porter Jr. was pretty good last night, 48.75 points before the multiplier, 73 after the multiplier. So if you played him, you're probably pretty happy. He's actually been playing more consistent as of late. So if he's sticking at 1.5, he's probably going to be a guy that we're looking at a little bit more often in the future. In terms of those dart throws, though, we had Steven Adams, who you liked a lot yesterday. He got like 16 rebounds, I think it was. Just had a bunch of rebounds, really. 44.5 at the 1.75 or 1.7 multiplier, got him 75.65. Cam Thomas, who we talked about a little bit when he was announced in the starting lineup, 39 points at the 1.85 multiplier, 72.15 points, and they did end up losing last night to whoever it was, somebody bad. Who was it that? No, they just played the Knicks, didn't they? Maybe? I don't know. No, the Knicks played the Warriors. Whoever the Nets played, it was a bad team and they lost. Let's just put it that way. Thomas Bryant, which was a guy that I liked. I think we played in our kind of dart throw lineup at 1.9. And he was 34.5. He got to 65.55 after that. And then Garrison Matthews, old buddy, got to 30 with 2x multiplier, so he got to 60.
Let's see here. Let's see if we can get some people in here. Shit.
Yeah, Garrison Matthews is about the least exciting guy in the world, but when he's at 2x and he's starting and he's going to shoot, could do a lot worse.
Let's see here. We might as well just get straight into it. Let's just get into the guards and stuff. I'm going to see if I can get some people in here.
Yep. So main guards tonight, we got the guys at the top. We got Trae Young at 1.05, DeJounte Murray at 1.05, LaMelo Ball, who we saw have the big game the last time out. He's been super inconsistent this year. They played Detroit tonight, so there's a little bit of blowout risk there too. So DeJounte Murray and Trae Young will both go against each other tonight. And typically the point guards against the Atlanta Hawks have been doing rather well this year. So that's something to look out for. You got Zach LaVine at 1.2. That little revenge game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Could definitely look at him tonight. DeMar DeRozan's in the same sense, but I threw him down at forward since there was slightly less forwards on tonight's slate. D'Angelo Russell I like quite a bit at 1.3. Obviously, he's coming off a monster game where he had like 55 points. So if that happens once again, he's going to be looking really nice at 1.3. He's in a couple of my lineups. Tyrese Halliburton, first game with the Pacers, 1.35. Malcolm Brogdon did get ruled out again tonight, so we'll see how Halliburton plays with this new team. He could be the best player on the court. He's probably going to be the best player on the court for the Pacers, so I wouldn't be surprised if he has a big game, but I wouldn't also be shocked if he only had like 30 at 1.35 multiplier 2 and get you like 43 or whatever. So it could go either way. If you want to chase a little bit upside, that's definitely there. That rolls into the next guy, which is Cole Anthony, which is the same case. You got the upside. You're either going to get, over 50 points or you might get 30 points at the 1.4. It's kind of a gamble you take. You can take that gamble on tonight's slate. I don't think it's anything crazy. Then you got Lou Dort, Josh Giddey once again, both at 1.45. Obviously, if you're chasing the triple-double upside, you're going to Josh Giddey more. But supposedly he's on a minute restriction of 30 minutes for like last game, this game, and probably the next game after that for whatever reason. So we'll see how that shakes out. Karis LeVert, 1.55. He was announced starting for the Cleveland Cavaliers today. Their starting lineup is Karis LeVert, Isaac Okoro, Dean Wade, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. In terms of the dart throws at guards, we got a couple different ones here. So we got Buddy Hield. He's a 1.7. He's at a new team, so no idea how much the Pacers are going to play him. So that is a true dart throw in every sense of the word. But if he ends up starting, if he ends up playing decent minutes off the bench and he shoots the ball well, he could pay off. But if he doesn't, then you're probably going to be hurting. Devin Vassell, 1.75. I do assume that he starts in place of Derek White, who was traded away. We've seen pretty good games out of him at times this year, so definitely could be in play. Kenrich Williams, same thing as the last time. If he gets bigger minutes, he'll pan out. If he doesn't, then he's probably not going to look too good. But there's some blowout risk there with the 76ers, which would actually make him look a little bit better. Then we have whoever the starting point guard is for the Denver Nuggets tonight. So we got Bones Highland at 1.85. We got Fanduso Campazzo at 2. So Campazzo really hasn't been playing the last couple of games, but we've seen him fill in point guard and play rather well before. I would prefer Campazzo just because he helps out more categories than just scoring. Bones Highland's a little bit more scoring dependent. And his multiplier is obviously a little bit lower. So you could look at either of those two, just depending on who ends up starting. Just be able to make sure you're able to pivot if you pick the wrong one, essentially. Then Rajon Rondo at a 2x multiplier. He was there mainly if he ended up starting. He's not ended up starting, but he could still do all right off the bench. He played, I believe, 32 minutes 2 games ago. because Garland came back last game. So there's not really that minutes cap on him that there was earlier on this season. So those are kind of the dart throw. As we get down to the forwards, we got Jason Tatum, who's a 1.15. He's not been playing the best as of late. Actually, one of the unders I do like is his point total under on Prize Picks, because he's been under it like last 5 or 6 games. So takes your risk there with Jason Tatum. He's been all right for fantasy. He just hasn't been scoring the ball too well himself. DeMar DeRozan at 1.5 obviously looks pretty good. Jaylen Brown kind of bounced back the last couple games at 1.25. If you want to take that shot, you can do it as well. Tobias Harris at 1.3 gets you right about 40 points pretty much on a consistent basis, which after the multiplier gets you about 52, which you can't really complain about. So if you're looking for somebody safe, if you're playing a cash game, Tobias Harris is probably going to be a guy for you. And then we get down to Kevin Love. He's at 1.4. You look at his last game and it was really disappointing, but he shot 3 for 13 from the field. All the games before that, he has 39 points or more, like 6 out of 7 games. So there is that consistency there. One bad game shouldn't really shake you off, but it might kill off a little bit of the ownership on Kevin Love tonight. So, if you're playing him, you might get him at a little bit of an advantage to the field. Kelly Oubre at 1.55. He is a guy that the Pro Picks did like quite a bit. Him and DeMar DeRozan were 2 of the ones there that I'd like, and they both like as well. Definitely has a ton of upside if he's scoring the ball well. They are playing the Detroit Pistons tonight, so there is some blowout risk, but we've seen Oubre play in some of these blowouts too. Just kind of depends on how they value him going forward, especially with Gordon Hayward being out for an indefinite amount of time. We got Aaron Gordon at 1.6. He's played really well the last 2 games after coming back from his hamstring injury. There is no Monty Morris tonight, so Aaron Gordon might take on a little bit more ball handling duties. He's a guy that I did like on DraftKings as well today due to his price tag. Probably get you about 30 points at 1.6. He gets you up to 48. If he does a little bit better than that, you're looking at a pretty good night for Aaron Gordon. And then we got
my guy Aaron.
Yep. Then we got Darius Bazley once again tonight, and he's 1.65. I can't really say too much about him. He might get you 28, 30 points at 1.65. You can't really complain there. He might have a bad game and not help you either, but he's a decent play. Probably not a guy that's going to have a lot of ownership either, too. Then we have Bojan Bogdanovic, who hasn't been on the list quite a bit, but just kind of throwing some other guys on there. He's played decently well, but he's a little scoring dependent as well at 1.65. We get down to the dart throws. We got Chris Duarte at 1.7. Obviously, probably going to be one of the main point scorers for the Pacers. He is averaging, I believe, 20 points a game when he doesn't play with Karis LeVert. So that's something that's interesting there. I got Jared Vanderbilt down there at 1.75 as well. If he starts alongside McDaniels, he looks really good. And at 1.75 looks even better. Povashescu, we played the last time. He was at 1.85. They do get Isaiah Roby back tonight, but he's dealing with an ankle injury. He's expected to play limited minutes. So Povashescu could still be all right tonight. I don't think they're going to play him too much at center against Joel Embiid. That sounds like a bad idea, but you never know. Then we get down to the centers. So we got Joel Embiid at 1x multiplier. We got Nikola Jokic at 1x. We don't really need to talk about them too much. And Karl Anthony Towns at 1.1. I didn't put Nikola Vucevic on there. I think he's 1.15 too. You could probably throw him in that same category of Karl Anthony Towns, where there's just a tick below Jokic and Embiid. But it's really hard not to play one of the top 2 guys. Jared Allen, a little bit more consistent as of late at 1.3. Robert Williams at 1.35 is a little bit interesting. They do play the Nuggets tonight, so he's going to be defending Nikola Jokic, so maybe get some foul trouble. That's kind of the risk with him there tonight, but he's been playing pretty well as of late. Jakob Poeltl 1.4. Obviously, we know what he can do. He's been shown it a lot lately. There was a rumor that the Charlotte Hornets were actually trying to trade for him yesterday, supposedly offering P.J. Washington a first-round pick and Kai Jones, but apparently that deal never went through, and they ended up with Montrezl Harrell instead. Quite a difference there. Then we got Goga at 1.65. He's a guy that I do like on DraftKings and FanDuel due to his price tag quite a bit. SuperDraft, you really need to have a big night for him to pay off and outscore guys like Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, Nikola Vucevic at the top. Dart throws, I did have Udoka Azubuike down there. It does look like Rudy Gobert is going to play tonight, so Azubuike is probably not somebody you want to play on tonight's slate.
I thought there was another guy too that plays center with him too.
Hassan Whiteside last time went off, but he had 7 blocks and 2 steals. So, but Rudy Gobert is expected to be back tonight. So,
and let's get into some injuries. What's up, David? What's up, my brother? About
Yep.
time we got a couple people in here.
So the Charlotte Hornets are without Gordon Hayward, Cody Martin, Jalen McDaniels. They do get James Bouknight back tonight. Doesn't really matter for DFS, but he's probably going to get some run in the blowout part of this game if this game ends up being a blowout. Detroit Pistons, they are without Marvin Bagley, who they just acquired yesterday, and then Isaiah Livers. They do get Cade Cunningham back tonight. So, I'm not saying you should probably play Cade Cunningham tonight, but he's back. So it kind of takes away from Sadiq Bey. It kind of takes away from some of these other guys and makes Hamidou Diallo pretty much unplayable since he's coming off the bench now. Cleveland Cavaliers, we already said the starting lineup of LeVert, Okoro, Wade, Mobley, and Allen. Darius Garland and Lauri Markkanen both out tonight. For the Pacers, they're without Malcolm Brogdon, TJ McConnell, Terry Taylor, Miles Turner, and TJ Warren. So we'll see what their starting lineup looks like. I'm actually really interested to see what their starting lineup looks like. Essentially, the only player that we know that's starting for sure is probably Chris Duarte. I assume Halliburton's going to start too. I assume Goga is going to start at center, but then like the other couple positions, it's kind of up in the air since they kind of moved their team around quite a bit. For Oklahoma City Thunder, they're without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander once again, Mike Muscala, Jerome Robinson, Earl, and Aaron Wiggins. Then for the Philadelphia 76ers, James Harden, Paul Millsap are both out. They just acquired in the trade yesterday. Looks like Shake Milton is back tonight. Looks like Tyrese Maxey, who was questionable earlier on today, is going to play. Then let's see. We have the San Antonio Spurs, who are without Goran Dragic. So everybody that got traded to the Spurs essentially is not playing today. So Goran Dragic, Romeo Langford, Josh Richardson, and Tomas Satoransky. Some of those guys are probably going to end up being buyout candidates. Probably Satoransky and Goran Dragic. Goran Dragic is supposedly going to be one. Hasn't happened yet. Devin Vassell should probably be in that starting lineup, I would assume, in place of Derek White, who got traded away. Atlanta Hawks are all the way healthy tonight. So Lou Williams was questionable earlier today, so it looks like he's in, but not anybody we're playing in DFS. For the Denver Nuggets, we got Kankar, Morris, Murray, and Porter all out. I don't know why they threw Michael Porter back on there. He's out for the season, and then they just put him back to out today. Austin Rivers listed as probable. They do have Bones Highland expected to start at point guard, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Campazzo either. For the Boston Celtics, Daniel Tice is questionable, and Derek White is doubtful. Those are the two guys they traded for yesterday. Not anybody that we really want to play in DFS, though. For the Timberwolves, we have all these guys listed as questionable once again. So we got Patrick Beverly, Anthony Edwards, Josh Okogie, Taurean Prince, Naz Reid, D'Angelo Russell, and McKinley Wright. So I'm just going to say this. Most of these guys ended up playing the last time, and they were all questionable the last time. I think the only guy that didn't end up playing was Wright and Beverly. I wouldn't be surprised if Edwards sits out tonight, though. That would not surprise me one bit. I do believe that D'Angelo Russell, Naz Reid, Taurean Prince, and Okogie are all probably going to be available tonight, though. Let's see. So second take extra says Chris Duarte starting. We do not have an official starting lineup yet, but I would assume that he is starting tonight.
And second take extra, you got to get in our listener league. So shoot me a message on Twitter or on Instagram, or if you have Sleeper, you should add me on SleeperBot.
Yep.
It's all JC Money Design. So hit me up.
For the Bulls, they're without Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso, Derek Jones, Patrick Williams. I can't talk. Ayo DeSomo is questionable to play. He's been dealing with a concussion. Nikolai Vucevic is probable tonight, so he should play. The Orlando Magic, they're without Markelle Fultz, RJ Hampton, Jonathan Isaac, Mo Wagner, and then Jalen Suggs. He was listed as questionable. Looks like he's been upgraded to probable. Let me just check this real quick. Yeah, he says he'll be all right for Friday, so apparently he's going to play. And then the Utah Jazz is just Rudy Gobert and Rudy Gay listed as questionable at this point in time, but I do assume Rudy Gobert is back tonight.
All right.
That's a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. But we got some of the pro picks up, so, we help you guys out a little bit and give you some of the information that they give you. But then we'll give you our stuff.
Supposedly, Bones Highland is announced starting for Denver in place of Morris. Supposedly. At least according to FanDuel. So that means probably don't play Campazzo tonight. But
let's see here. All right, so their pro picks are pretty much. I mean, they got Trey Mann in there, and you were kind of
Trey Mann. Like probably projects for 22 regular points at 1.9 multiplier. They were only projecting him for 40 points in their little algorithm too. So I don't know why they liked him so. Like he was the middle of the pack in terms of projections. So I don't know why they were recommending him there. They like Josh Giddey quite a bit. They like DeMar DeRozan quite a bit, and they like Donovan Mitchell a little bit too.
Darius Baisley.
Yeah, they like a lot of the. But they liked a lot of Oklahoma City guys.
All right, let's get away from this crap.
Okay.
It works sometimes, but.
Oh, what? Looking at stats or what?
Pro picks.
Okay, yeah. And they really like Lance Stevenson tonight. I don't really get that one.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Like
saying.
He's multiplier, but I don't know. Like I get they trade away guys, but they also got like Buddy Hield in that trade. They got a couple other guys. I don't think they need to play Lance Stevenson more than 22 minutes, so I don't think he's going to pay off in that. Like unless he just goes out and plays really well. So that's kind of what that is. It's kind of nice tonight. There's actually 3 games starting right away at lock, as opposed to like the last 2 nights. It's been 1 game and then 7:30 or 6:30 our time. And actually everything's real close together. So because you got 7:30, 8 o'clock, and 9 o'clock right after that. So everything's pretty much a half hour to hour apart. Instead of some of these other slates where it's been like 3 games early on, 3 games late.
Let's get some super draft up. Let's get some super draft up.
So the Philadelphia 76ers are starting Tyrese Maxey, Furkan Korkmaz, Matisse Thybulle, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. And somebody's comments, Harden. Well, Harden is not playing today.
All right, let's get into some of these pro picks. Let's get into some of these lineups, and they're all 5-cent lineups.
Yes, I mean, like if you really want to do a dart throw on Furkan Korkmaz, you can do that as well. It looks like Shakeman's back tonight too. He's been dealing with a back injury though, so he's a guy that's a decent multiplier. But you know, if he gets hot, then he could pay off. But if he doesn't, yeah, who knows? But the way kind of everything is playing out lately, the way Maxey's been playing, they're like you're pretty much just the 4th guy on the totem pole after Maxey, Harris, and Embiid, and then when you finally get Harden in, then nobody else is ever going to shoot.
So, I guess this was kind of one of my initial looks here. What I liked right away when I was just fooling around with stuff when I was at work.
Yep. Let me make this bigger real quick.
I mean, there's other guys that I like. I mean, I like Miles Bridges. Let's see.
Yeah. So the only one. Yeah. So I'm a little torn on like the Hornets tonight, just because they're playing the Pistons. They're probably going to blow them out. And so like some of the guys for the Hornets are going to pay off and some are not. So I'm a little bit more cautious on LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Bridges tonight, but there's still the upside there too.
Yeah, a lot of upside. I mean,
I'm not like super on Kelton Johnson right now. He's just kind of like a guy on tonight's slate. Maybe he gets a little bit extra without Derek White, but
that's what it was.
I'm just like, I think at that point, I'd rather just play Devin Vassell at 1.75 at guard, and then you move like Levine down to forward. But he's the one guy I don't really like too much in that lineup, at least.
All right. Let's see here. I was going to leave that one kind of alone, and then we'll see what we got here. I mean, I'm going to throw Aaron. There's some random people that I got in here, like Aaron Gordon. Like he's somebody I'm probably going to play.
Yeah, Daniel Tice is not playing tonight for the Celtics, which not a surprise. That was a weird trade, by the way.
We can take Ball out of here.
Yeah, so It's gonna be really tempting. So I mean, it just depends on what type of contest you're in. But like, if you're in a decent money contest, or if you're in like the Pro Pick contest or the SuperDraft Pro contest, it's gonna be really easy to play Embiid and Jokic together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm doing it myself. I expect probably 60% of people to do that as well. So it's really hard to get off to, because especially if those guys have big games and you play somebody else at one of those positions, you're probably already behind the 8 ball. I do like Aaron Gordon tonight at 1.6. I don't know. Like, I feel like me personally, I play one of Levine or DeRozan.
I think they both do well tonight. It's going to be a high-scoring game.
I mean, they both can pay off.
And it's supposed to be a close game. So that's the reason I like it.
I hope DeSomo does. I hope Io DeSomo doesn't play tonight, honestly.
We can throw Russell on this one. I mean, actually, you know what? I'm gonna let's see. Yeah, I want to stack that game. That would be fun. But let's do something different here then, because we got Gordon and we got Jokic.
So Hornets starters are the same with LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Kelly Oubre, Miles Bridges, and Mason Plumlee.
So you're playing Halliburton today? You're liking Halliburton?
I don't think I have him in any lineups as of right now, but I'm interested in him. Just because, like, he's either going to get like 50 points or 30. So, like, you have to be okay with him getting 42 points after or 40, like 43, 44 points after the multiplier. You have to be okay with that. But the upside, if he gets 50 at 1.35, you're talking close to 70.
So I mean, you can throw Dort in this one, and we can throw Oubre in this one.
Yeah, I think if you do that, then you probably want a safer play a guard too. I don't even know who to consider safe at this point. I mean,
DeJounte Murray.
Yeah, he's pretty safe for the most part. Like last game, last game he had a down game, but he didn't have like any steals or anything in that game.
Trae Young in here. He's been starting to play better.
Yeah, he just had the one down game.
It's pretty safe, I feel like. Atlanta's playing against. I mean, they might get blown out though.
They ain't getting blown out. Those two teams are both terrible.
All right, we'll roll with this one. I mean, I'm
equally mediocre. Let's just put it that way. So,
and we'll do the super draft lineup. We'll take 10 minutes out of the end to do super draft lineup, the pro lineup.
Okay, hold on. So Anthony Edwards is going to play tonight.
Stupid.
We got that news at least, which means I probably wouldn't play him. I still wouldn't play him.
Yeah, I mean, if he said he's having that knee issue.
Yeah, he's been dealing with for sound like 2 weeks.
What's up, us? No, next lineup. I mean, all right, if you want to, we're gonna take time more. These are only 5-cent lineups, so I mean, I'm not. Yeah. We're gonna get pretty risky with these.
We can build like a safer one. Just do that real quick, and then we'll go back to the 5-cent ones.
All right, that's fine. Let's see here.
I mean, this one right here ain't bad for like SuperDraft Pro even. I probably change maybe like Oubre or Dort to somebody else, maybe like D'Angelo Russell or somebody, but
all right, let's see. We'll do this one right here, and then we'll set a really safe one. Okay.
See what else we got. Patrick Beverly is upgrade to active as well. So we're not playing. Do not play Jared Vanderbilt tonight. We needed one of Beverly or Anthony Edwards to be out to play Jared Vanderbilt tonight, essentially.
And Russell's playing?
Yeah. He played last game and he played the last game and he was awesome. So I don't have any doubts about him, at least.
I think I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. We're going to stack that game.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, I wanted to do that the other night, but then the Bucks got blown out.
Yeah, David said SuperDraft really needs to update player stats better. Yeah, like for some of these guys, some of them they update all right, but other ones they just don't.
So I'm gonna take Levine. Like I might play Cat.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you play Russell, you can play Cat too. So if you play,
Then we can
I'm
go.
almost, I'm almost tempted to play a little bit of Vucevic too, just because Towns sucks at defense.
Yeah, that's true.
Make another lineup with that too.
Towns has kind of been a little down. That's the only thing that's about that. Like, so if you don't want to go with Towns, like I'm legit just stacking this game. Like that's what I'm doing in this one. I'm just gonna stack this game. I'm gonna throw some like other elite players in there. Like,
There's
if you
plenty
want
of
to go, just go with Jokic. I mean, Jokic is gonna be like probably the number one guy that everyone's taking.
There's what? Jokic, Embiid, Towns, Vucevic, Robert Williams, Jakob Poeltl. 6 viable centers tonight. And that's not including anybody else going off.
Let's see.
Hold on, we got Pacers starting lineups. The Pacers are starting Tyrese Halliburton, Chris Duarte, Buddy Hield, Oshai Brissett, and Goga Batadze.
Goga.
Goga. So
Go Power Rangers.
Buddy Hield's a little bit interesting that he's starting. Him and Duarte are going to eat into each other, though.
Chris Love?
What?
Or Kevin Love?
Who's Chris Love?
I don't know. I don't even know why I said that. Who the hell's it's Kevin Love's like alter ego.
It's my twin. Okay, so let's see if we got what starting lineups are we missing?
And their other cousins, Dude Love.
Yeah, so we just are missing the Thunder and the Detroit lineup. So Detroit should be pretty easy. Should be Corey Joseph, Cade Cunningham, Sadiq Bey, Jeremy Grant, Isaiah Stewart. And I would assume Oklahoma City Thunder is the same as it was last time with Giddey, Mann, Dort, Baisley, and Favors. But Isaiah Roby is available today. God, how is Embiid not going to score a shit ton of points tonight?
Yeah, I got him.
Because you got so the guys that are guarding him, Derek Favors, Darius Baisley, Isaiah Roby, or Povashevsky. If you think any of those guys can handle Embiid, you're crazy.
I think we throw Giddey in here. Like, I mean, I like this lineup. I mean,
this one is not the money lineup though. David just asked that, so this is more of a 5-cent stack one. We can build the money one after this.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, I like this one. Like, other than the fact that like Towns can have a down night, but I mean, if with the amount of scoring they said it's supposed to 240 points, I think it's right. That's 240 points over under.
Let me look. Go down, you stupid computer. 242 is what they got on RotoWire.
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
And then the Atlanta San Antonio game is 232.5. Those are the 2 highest ones tonight.
All right,
it's harder to stack the San Antonio Atlanta game because it's like you play Trae Young, you play Murray, and you play Jakob Poeltl, and you play like maybe somebody else and hope you get lucky and they hit.
All right, we can set. This will be the money lineup right here. We'll do a money lineup right here. And I mean, with that starting the money, when we're talking about it, you're probably gonna go Jokic, right? I mean,
play Jokic at center. You play Embiid at forward. I probably play Aaron Gordon at forward too while we're at it. And then you get down to that last forward, and it's kind of like, do you want to play like a DeMar DeRozan, who's pretty safe? You could play Tobias Harris at 1.3. He's pretty safe, but that game has some blowout risk, and playing him and Embiid together is kind of riskier when there is the blowout risk in that game. I think personally, I just play DeRozan.
Yeah, we're playing. I mean, like I said, you have to attack some of these players that are going to be in these huge, high-scoring games, especially if they predict it to be a close game and not like a blowout kind of game.
Mm-hmm. And then I probably play D'Angelo Russell in one of the guard spots.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Oh, nice. They had updated it now.
And now that I say that, I might actually change that on mine.
Yeah, he doesn't have a designation anymore either. I like that.
No, he don't know. They announced him in.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't get an update on that one yet, but
it's crazy. Usually SuperDraft's a little slower than most.
Yeah, or they were just lazy and didn't put it on there because he played the last game. That could
Shit.
be it too. So Pistons start lineup: Corey Joseph, Cade Cunningham, Sadiq Bey, Jeremy Grant, and Isaiah Stewart. Exactly what we thought. Let's see who else we got here. So I don't like Donovan Mitchell just because the pro picks like him so much.
Holy shit, they work.
Does that
That's
work
work. Yes.
Your
Yes.
screen didn't black out for us?
Yes. I'm not gonna get too excited because this would be the next guy I click where it fucks it up.
Probably.
I mean, what's the reason you don't like Mitchell?
Pro picks likes him.
Oh, that's the real
Like-
reason.
I mean, I project him probably for like 43 points. And 1.15 is not that great.
No, you're
It's like
right.
just shy of 50.
I mean, I like Trey Young.
I
Who
might-
else can we
I might-
throw in?
I might just talk myself into playing Halliburton. But we don't have to for this one, but I think I'll do it myself. Just because I love chasing Halliburton's upside. It might be
mean,
my
I still-
downfall some days.
I still like Giddy. I mean,
Yeah, so Giddy Dort are in play. You got, I think I'm playing Murray myself. So my guards that I'm going to play for my personal lineup is going to be Russell, Halliburton, and Murray. I think you can look at Trey Young, you can look at Murray, you can look at LaMelo Ball if you really want to. You can look at Zach LaVine if you really want to go after the double bulls.
yeah, I kind of like this. I kind of like the double bull stack.
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know
you could
what it
play.
is.
You can do the
Or
Bones
don't-
Holland if you really want to at 1.85 now that he's starting.
Revenge narrative.
Actually, don't play Bones Highland. Don't play Bones Highland, Jokic, and Gordon together. That doesn't sound fun at all. It might work sometimes, but it's probably not going to work every time.
Like I think this is what I'm gonna do. I think
God. Curious Levert's tempting though too at 1.55.
like Trey Young is tempting.
I kind of like Levert at 1.55. Do I just make mine all crazy and play like Halliburton, Levert, and like Russell? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like Levert, but he didn't play really well last game. He came off the bench. How many minutes?
His first game with the team, and he played 28 minutes.
I know, but the thing is like what excites me about him is he is a high minutes guy. Like he is a high.
But he's gonna play more minutes tonight because. Hold on, I'm gonna build this other lineup in my 5-cent contest. Then okay, I'm gonna play Levert, I'm gonna play Halliburton, and I'm gonna play somebody else that's kind of boom busty at guard.
I think I'll play Levert, and then I'll play someone more safe. Like then I play Levine. Like I mean, it's not really safe, but I think it's safe just
He's
because
safe-ish. Like the worst he's gonna do is get you 46 points. Let's put it that way.
I feel like with the amount the amount of upside of this game, 242 points. Like it's a lot of points to go around.
God, who do I want to play?
I like this line. I like this lineup. I mean, that's a lot of Cleveland. I don't know. What am I thinking? That's not Cleveland. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I like this lineup. I like this lineup a lot. You got two guys here with over the 1.5 multiplier. I mean, Russell with the 1.3, and the rest is pretty safe. You know, Embiid, Jokic. I mean, DeRozan and Levine. I feel like are all safe guys. Yeah, I like this lineup. We'll call this the money lineup.
I'm going to play a lineup without Embiid and Jokic. Sounds crazy.
And if you don't want to get too, I mean, Levert, because Levert, this will be a second game on the team. Like if you want to be a little more safe, you could play someone like Murray, Trey Young. You can play Lou Dort. I mean, Lou Dort or Giddy, they're gonna at least get enough time with the ball,
Yeah, well,
right.
And if you look at Dort's last game, he just shot terrible and had 6 turnovers. So I'm not
if you really want, you can play Halliburton. Halliburton's all right. I mean, you like him a lot tonight.
I love chasing Halliburton. It's kind of a problem, okay?
I mean, it's not.
It's only a problem when it hurts you, which is not that often, really. Because, like, at worst, he gets you 42 points, and you're not, like, you're just kind of sad. You're not, like, mad. So I made a 5-cent one with just Karis LeVert, Tyrese Halliburton, Kelly Oubre, Tobias Harris, Aaron Gordon, Goga Batazzi, and Robert Williams.
Goga.
Yeah, you can play forward apparently. Not in real life, but in SuperDraft you can. So the Thunder are starting. Hold on. Josh Giddey, Trey Mann, Lou Dort, Darius Bailey in favor. So same as last time.
All right.
Oh, we got the pro one kind of done, right? So now we can build something crazy.
David says DeJounte Murray.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
He's pretty good. I heard he's pretty good. I need to go back and get Rondo out of my lineup, though. Actually, what if I just let Rondo play? Because nobody else is going to play him, right? Is that how it works? Come on. Yeah, piece of crap.
Let's see here. Yeah, we want to do a crazy lineup too.
Okay, let me know it. Just let me know when.
They got any more 5-cent ones? Are they all gone?
There was a couple left when I just put one in. I don't know if they're still going to be there or not. Screw it, I'm putting Buddy Hield in this one. I don't care.
A lot left. It's 500 plus left.
Okay, cool. Can we play Buddy Hield?
Enter 500, which I mean, this would be all right. It's $5 or is it $50?
It's less than that. It's like $10.
I'm super bad at math. Don't judge me, monkey.
No. It might be 50. I don't know. Math.
Pretty sure it's 50. All right.
Okay.
We got NBA or UFC tomorrow.
Yep. I know. What time does that start?
23 hours from now. It's 5 o'clock.
Okay. So let's see. Let's build something crazy though.
Yep.
So give me Buddy Hield. Give me Devin Vassell, VASS 1.75. Give me Bones Highland, so HIL. They use his real name on SuperDraft.
HYL.
Yep.
My bad.
Let's see. Then we got to go down to forwards. So we'll play, I don't know, Kelly Oubre. Why not? Let's play some Pogoshevsky once again. I don't know that this will end up well, but it could. Poku. Yep. Poku.
Yeah. Who do we want? I'll set forward.
Good question. Aaron Gordon, why not? Unless you play Goga at forward, like I did.
Man.
Yeah, play Goga. And then play Vucevic at center. I just want to play a little bit of Vucevic tonight. Don't worry about that little thing next to his name. He's fine.
That little thing? Don't worry about that little thing.
Yep. So you want a real dart throw lineup? This is Buddy Hield, Devin Vassell, Bones Highland, Kelly Oubre, Pogoshevsky, Goga Batazzi, and Nikolai Vucevic. Probably not going to end up well, but it's a quarter. It's a nickel.
Halliburton, man, you got me thinking Halliburton now in one of my lineups.
I kind of like this idea of putting Halliburton and LeVert together because if they both go off on the same night, you win pretty much. Making the rest of the lineup real safe. Did I play that? What did I play? Derek White is now listed as active for the Celtics. He went from doubtful to active. Okay. But does he start? That's the big question. Don't play Celtics players tonight, essentially. Besides Robert, yeah, you can play Robert Williams, but so I played Halliburton, Russell, and Murray. Okay, so I didn't play Levert in the pro contest.
Let's see. All right, so this is my pro. This is going to be my pro contest. I went Levert. I'm going to do what you just said. Levert, Halliburton, and then I went Russell. And then I went Levine, DeRozan, Embiid, and Jokic.
Levine, DeRozan, Jokic. Who's the other forward?
Embiid, Levine,
Okay.
DeRozan.
Yeah, that's fine. I kind of like that.
I kind of like that too.
I like the idea of it, at least.
We like the idea of all of our lineups, though.
Yeah. I mean, like, the Buddy Hield lineup, I don't like the idea completely, but stranger things have happened.
Okay, where's that one at? Enter free. Let me get mine in, and then we can talk. I mean, we got really nothing to talk about, but we can talk a little. I don't know what's going on tomorrow. We can talk something about
prize picks too.
Oh yeah, you can talk some prize picks. Oh yeah.
Yep.
And
Why is there? What?
I do got to figure out how to get. Is there a way on here on this one? I know it's on the. Let's see.
Oh, to show the SuperDraft funds?
Yeah, like the.
You should be able to.
Somewhere. Prop picks. I don't see it on here, anyways.
I don't know. I'll tell you what. I'll look at them on my phone for SuperDraft and see if there's any that are similar to prize picks at least. Because they'll be pretty. Most sites are pretty similar.
Yeah, it's crazy. They should have it on here too.
So you were saying you can bet real money on the props on the app?
Yeah, I did earlier. I'll tell you the one I took.
And then props. There we go. So we need NBA. So let's see. So Josh Giddey 5.5 assists is one that I had from Prize Picks. That's on SuperDraft Pro or on SuperDraft as well. Let's see. As crazy as it sounds, 32.5 points for Joel Embiid is not the craziest thing in the world, but I wouldn't bet on it.
Yeah, you can play Harris if you want.
Yeah, Harris is fine. There's only been a little bit of blowout rest with him.
All right, so this is the one I took. I took Zach LaVine over 25.5 points. Nikolai Vucevic, I took him over 19.5. Jokic, I took over 24.5, and then Trae Young over 10.5 assists. It might be
that's high.
Yeah, it's high, but and then I took Aaron Gordon over 15.5. Well, I mean, the Trae Young one, it's not really that high.
It's pretty high. Oh, here's one that's pretty good. Mason Plumlee 6.5. Oh, that's points. I thought it was rebounds for a second. I'm like, wait a second. So what's Plumlee's rebounds? He's at 8.5, which is the same as Prize Picks. I did have that as one of my overs, but most of the ones I did on Prize Picks today were fantasy points related. What's the rebound total for Isaiah Stewart? 9.5. He's hit the over on that like 5 games in a row until last night, but he got in foul trouble last night. Don't think he's going to get in foul trouble against Mason Plumlee. I could be wrong. He shouldn't. He might get in foul trouble against Montrezl Harrell off the bench, though. That's a thing. Bet the under on Darius Garland's points. He's not playing tonight. Too bad it doesn't pay out like that.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
It's your own fault that you didn't take it down quick enough. That'd be awesome. Tyrese Halliburton, 15.5 points doesn't look terrible. Chris Duarte's 15.5 points doesn't look bad either. Halliburton, 6.5 assists doesn't look bad. Let's see. Goga, 6.5 rebounds, not terrible. Let's see. I did like Kelton Johnson over 15.5 points on Prize Picks. It's the same on SuperDraft. He's done it 4 out of the last 5 games. Let's see. Jakob Poeltl 8.5 rebounds isn't bad. Jason Tatum's even okay. So Jason Tatum, they have the points at 28.5. He hasn't done that in like a long time.
Yeah, put the under on
It's
that.
26.5 on Prize Picks. And I almost bet the under on Prize Picks at 26.5. So SuperDraft, we're definitely betting that. Let's see. Is there a rebound? There's no rebounding prop for Aaron Gordon. There's like 5 on Prize Picks.
Damn. Joel Mama, dude, he's been making a lot of money here on SuperDraft by promoting. A lot.
Let me see. I'm looking at these props still.
Does Harden play tomorrow?
Probably.
I'm playing him and Embiid together then.
Probably take away from each other.
Nah, Harden's gonna be Euro stepping and he's gonna like throw it up and then Embiid's gonna dunk it or something crazy.
Maybe. Okay, so which ones what else did I like? There was a couple earlier that I liked too, but I couldn't remember what they are now.
Let's see. Let's look at your notes.
Giddy over 5.5. I think I'm just gonna bet on those two.
Giddy over 5.5. Aaron Gordon, yeah. So 15.5 was what it was on SuperDraft.
So I just made it a little bet. I bet the under 28.5 for Jason Tatum and the over 5.5 assists for Giddy. I just did 2 on there. That's why I like Prize Picks, because you can just bet like 3 and get 2 right and you still make money.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The flex play. As opposed to like everything else where it's a parlay and you have to get everything, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it doesn't pay out as much, but like you're still profiting.
So I think if I'm correct, Pat Mayo was talking about if you get on his Prize Picks and you use his code, and Joe Burrow goes over 1 yard, they'll do a like $100 or what was it? Like you get a free $100.
Yeah, but you probably have to be like you just signed up to do it though too.
Yeah, but it's not. He's like you can put in any money, $5 entry you can do. They match you up to 100. They'll give you 100 for doing it.
Yep. So in terms of the Prize Pick ones that I did, like Keldon Johnson over 15.5 points, Jason Tatum under 26.5. It was 28.5 on SuperDraft for whatever reason. Aaron Gordon over 15 points. I think that's the same on SuperDraft. Over 5.5 assists for Josh Giddey. That was the same on SuperDraft as well. And like all these ones I'm doing, they've either done it the last 4 games, they've done it the last 5 games, or 4 out of the last 5 games. Mason Plumlee over 8.5 rebounds. He's done it 4 out of the last 5 games. Of course, the last time I bet it was the game he didn't do it. Then I had Lou Dort over 31 fantasy points, Jakob Poeltl over 32.5 fantasy points, Keldon Johnson over 25.5 fantasy points, Will Barton over 30 fantasy points, and Aaron Gordon over 26 fantasy points. So the line that I did earlier today was Lou Dort, Jakob Poeltl, and Aaron Gordon over their fantasy point totals on Prize Picks, because those were like the 3 safest to me. What are you building now?
This is just tomorrow's. I'm just doing some random initial look.
Yeah. Hey, look, Gary Trent's still there. I wonder if Fred VanVleet plays tomorrow.
It's crazy because it's either that him or VanVleet that go off.
Well, here's the thing. When VanVleet plays, he takes 21, 22 shots a game. When he doesn't play, somebody else has got to take those shots, and it ends up being Gary Trent because he's got the ball in his hand more often.
Did he go down? 1.15?
Yeah, he's 1.1 before, but he's on the Kings now. Not sure if that's a good or a bad thing for his fantasy production. What did he do last game? How many minutes did he play last game?
He was down.
Well, his first game with the Kings.
Or he was up. Yes, he was up from where he was at. So happy that works.
He played 32.5 minutes. He got 47. Yeah, he's in play. He's the best player on the Kings. What?
So I'm so happy this shit's fixed.
Here, let me look. I'll look and see what there is here.
Well, we can play at center. Jakob. Who do they play?
Is it a bad center day? Hold on. Let's see what they got.
Yeah. Against
They got
Charlotte.
they got Jokic and Embiid tomorrow. Shit. But yeah, Jokic against Toronto seems too easy. Anthony Davis also looks really good against the Warriors. Who do they play tomorrow?
Hornets.
You might go small. How many minutes did Steven Adams actually play the last game?
26.
Okay, that's not that bad. I was thinking it was like closer to 30. Because I'm like, he's going to lose a couple minutes against the Hornets at least. Yeah, center tomorrow, you got Joel Embiid, you got Jokic, you got Anthony Davis, you got Vucevic once again. Vucevic versus Oklahoma City. That's not bad. Bam Adebayo. There's a lot of center options tomorrow once again. Ooh, DeAndre Ayton dropped down to 1.3, and he's playing in Orlando. Hey, remember last night when I said to play DeAndre Ayton?
Yeah, he did well.
Yeah. He had 40.25 in 26 minutes. He had 27 real life points. He just didn't do anything else besides score, really. If he had like rebounds, like if he got a double-double, he would have been at 50 easy. Hopefully, David, you played DeAndre Ayton over Middleton last night.
I don't even know what time the mock draft is. I know I'm in it, so it
Mock
doesn't matter until I show up. Yeah, we're doing just strictly IDP. I sent you a message on Sleeper.
Oh, you did?
A while ago, yeah.
Yeah, I don't check Sleeper.
I don't know if there's any more spots left.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Me responding on Sleeper is like, I don't know how to put it.
Let's see. Let me get on
Sleeper. You can message me anywhere else and I'll see it before I ever see it on Sleeper. Somebody told me they were interested in I got an alert that says somebody was interested in DJ Moore or something on one of my like dynasty teams. I'm like, okay. Then just throw me an offer. So the Celtics are starting Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, and Robert Williams. So Derek White is playing, but he is coming off the bench. The Nuggets are starting Bones Highland, Will Barton, Aaron Gordon, Jeff Green, and Nikolai Jokic. And every time I see Jeff Green's name, I almost call him Jeff Gordon. And it's just because it's not because he's Jeff, like I don't know that he's Jeff Green. It's just because his name's always after Aaron Gordon.
I call Aaron Gordon Air Gordon. Like Air Jordan, but his name's Air Gordon. Yeah. Especially when he has a good night. Come on.
That's such a weird guy.
Sleeper, come on. All right. Looks like it's full house. This is, when are we starting it? I don't even know.
Hustler said going live at 6:20 your time.
Oh, look at that. Hustler coming in clutch. We can finish. That means we can try to finish the lineup quick.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me look.
I mean, I like Ayton. I like the Ayton call. Jakob Poeltl, Jakob Poeltl isn't a bad play either. They play against the Pelicans. They're at the Pelicans.
Wait. Ayton would have had an even better night if they didn't blow out the Bucks. The Bucks just don't know how to stop him for whatever reason. And he's playing Orlando tomorrow. Let's see. There's too many center options. I like Jokic, I like Anthony Davis, and I like DeAndre Ayton the most, probably though.
Let's just go with the multiplier.
And I mean, you can always play Anthony Davis at forward too.
Yep.
Against the Warriors, sign me up for that one. As long as they don't get blown out, that could happen too.
I hate it. That's the worst part about it. So I think I was trying to explain this to Huss too, is like, there's so many changes in basketball. It's like trying to do a show like early and then like not going back and doing any updates. You're pretty much everything you pretty much talked about could be out the door.
Yep. That was the other day on my morning video. It's like, well, everything's gone.
Yeah, like
well, like yesterday with the trade deadline, it's like, okay, so these were the guys that looked good this morning, but now everybody on the Wizards looks good.
It's
I
crazy.
think
That's the
probably
thing too, is like doing prize picks like early. It's like the prize pick show I talk about, like the guy that comes on, he's like, this is research. It's not like set in stone. So like, don't get mad at me if like the stuff we talk about here changes later. That's why they have like, like a what do you call it? What the hell is that shit that everyone's on for like messaging and shit?
Discord.
Yeah, Discord, and they all have a Discord and shit, and they talk, later in the night when it gets closer. I mean, that's
Yeah.
nice to have, but
That's why I try to post
research,
updates like in the
all this
comments and
stuff's
all my
research.
stuff.
I
Let's
get
see.
to throw Luca in here.
Luca is pretty much must play at this point in time. Who else for forward? So you need another forward still. Do we trust Kuzma again? Do we trust Kuzma again? He played well again last night. They didn't got nobody though.
He needs to drop back down. That's the thing.
Tobias Harris still at 1.3. He's not bad. Let's see. Is Klay Thompson going to play tomorrow? Good question. Probably. I don't know.
What about Fox, dude?
Yeah, he's fine. Yeah, he played good last time. Like in my mind, I'm like thinking he played bad, but no, he just got 2 fouls real early, and then he played like crap, and then the second half he was awesome.
Yeah, I just feel like he's been kind of consistent. And I like consistency.
Well, he's played big minutes since he came back. So the Spurs starters tonight: DeJounte Murray, Devin Vassell, Johnson, McDermott, and Jakob Poeltl. I'm really surprised they didn't trade Doug McDermott. Apparently nobody wanted him. Because I mean, if somebody offered you a second round pick for Doug McDermott, you should probably just take it, especially when your team's not good.
I don't know. Where else do we go? I mean,
so Atlanta Hawks starting Trae Young, Kevin Huerter, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, and Clint Capella. So no surprises there. So who do you have? What do you have left now?
Well, I mean, we could just throw Beat in there. I mean, this is just pretty much it's just an initial look. I mean, we can everything's going to change tomorrow. I'm not even going to save this. I'm probably just going to screenshot it.
So what do you have so far? Let's see. De'Aaron Fox, Gary Trent, Sabonis. Yeah.
I mean, the lineup's good. It's a nice lineup. You can throw Siakam in there.
You put Embiid. You can put Siakam. Siakam just had a down game last time. But
yeah, that's why.
There's also a blowout too.
You always come back. Sometimes if a player like this goes down, you come back to that player.
Yeah, I mean, Gary Trent's not going to score 41 points again.
No, I mean that's like I said. I'm just going to look at it tomorrow. Listen, do a little research. I mean, I'm fine with Gary Trent only scoring 48 points or something like that, right?
Well, I mean, he scored 41 real life points. He's not going to do that again.
No, I'm talking about like if he's putting up. I guess maybe not. We'll see. I mean, he's just had a little bit of a down spurt.
Yeah, because Van Fleet played again. And he wasn't making all his shots anymore.
We'll look at it more tomorrow. All right, let's get out of here. Tell them where to find you at, my brother.
Yep. So you can find me on Twitter at Coach Craig Sport, on YouTube at Coach Craig Sports. Definitely check out the rest of the starting lineups that do come out tonight down in the comments there as well. It's kind of been a nice day. The core really hasn't changed all day, which is weird because it seems like it always changes, but or it changes like every 5 minutes. So definitely check that out. Definitely check out the Patreon page, Coach Craig Sports, over there, and on Sports Me at Coach Craig Sports as well.
And make sure you guys pay attention to make sure you go watch his videos in the morning, because it's actually very, 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 very informative, especially if you play anywhere else besides SuperDraft. He does talk about some prize picks too. He gets into that. What's nice too is he makes sure to go back and he talks about what players he picked the previous night before, how they did the previous night before, which is kind of nice too.
And why they did the way they did.
I mean, it's nice to see what you hit on too. Like, it's nice to hear that.
Because like a lot of times people just be like, oh, do this and then it's wrong, and then they just write it off. But like a lot of times too, like you can go back last night, like Reggie Bullock was one on DraftKings. You won 26 points out, but you only got to 18.5 because he only took 7 shots because Luka shot the ball. That's like Luka just didn't let anybody else shoot. So like that happens. Or like Evan Fournier, like he's a pick yesterday, but he only scored points. He had 1 rebound, nothing else. So like A little bit of everything.
And if anyone wants to get into the listener league, we got 5 in already. We need 5 more. It's just going to be a half season. We're doing $25 buy-in, so it's on SleeperBot. It's just going to be, we're going to use the same exact scoring settings as SuperDraft as well to keep it relevant. And yeah, so we'll get out of here. You know where to find me at. JC Money Design everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Sleeper. If you want to hit me up on Sleeper, that's cool too. But yeah. Oh yeah, and if you haven't signed up for SuperDraft Pro, make sure you get on there. I want to start getting people signed up under my man here. So yeah, let's get going. Let's make that money. I appreciate everyone being here. We'll be back again tomorrow. And just make sure everyone that wants to be in watching the mock draft for IDP tonight.
Let me see if let me just check real quick. Make sure tomorrow's still the regular time. Because NBA start times.
Yeah, it is 6 p.m. our time.
6 p.m. Yeah. There's just one weird afternoon game tomorrow.
All right, everyone.
Peace
Peace out. Appreciate everyone. We'll be back again tomorrow, Saturday. Peace out.
Follow my dreams. Life ain't sweet if you know what I mean. Try to go legit and follow my dreams. Life ain't sweet if you know what I mean. Try to go legit and follow my dreams. Life ain't sweet if you know what I mean. Try to go legit and follow my dreams.